A warm welcome back to Griffin Indiana 22 for episode 22 with me, MrSealyp. We're into May. Weather seems to be brightening up a little bit. Just been checking on the sheep, they're all good. Production of various different things seems to be going well. Our hop production. I switched over the hops once I got to 2,000 litres. Oh yeah, they're just about to take off the next load of watermelons. That's going to go off to Frey Farms. Yeah, I switched over hop production when they hit 2,000. I can't remember if I said this before or not. And that's now producing hop pellets. So I've got 3,291 litres of hops. I've got 2,050 litres of hop pellets. And I've got a load of biomaterial, which is still a problem at the moment. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but we'll sort that out at some point. We sorted all the bales out. That was all done. So this episode, I have got some contracts popped up. We've come into May. So other than those baling contracts, we have now got 2 fertilising contracts and a weeding contract. So I get to use my new weeder. So we're going to whiz out. We're going to give that a go. And that'll be all our money. So that's good. Now, I said about putting the biogas plant, and I've still been looking at the fuel refinery on this plot here. I don't think the biogas plant's going to fit. Plus, it's right in the middle of town. I don't really want to slap a biogas plant right here. I mean, even the fuel refinery, which is a lot smaller. I suppose I could put it here. But I might put that on my own plot. I mean, if I bought this, it would be my own plot. But I don't want to put a biogas plant right here. The other one's out there. And I said a way back, it would have been nice if you could have bought that plot, because there's a lot of open space there. You could have put production chains and stuff on, but you can't. There's a plot to the side over there, which is about 65, 70 grand. On top of the 80 grand for the biogas plant, it's going to get pricey. So, I've had an idea. I'm going to buy part of a plot of land. It's a plot of land we've got access to already, but I'm going to buy a chunk of. I know, sounds crazy. It'll bring the total in at about 100,000, but I'm hoping, because we can do methane with the biogas plant, we'll make that money back. I don't know how quickly, but we should make the money back. So if we go to our map, I was looking at getting it out of town, in all honesty. Some of these plots are too expensive, and as we go further north they are, but this plot we've already got access to, and I've been cutting grass here, so I thought maybe up in this corner, putting the biogas plant there. It's right out of town, it's out by the trees, it's kind of sheltered and out the way. So I'm going to buy that corner, just that little chunk there, for about 20 grand. It's got to be, what, a tenth of the plot? What's the plot worth? Okay, the plot's worth... Anyway, yeah, but about 20 grand, and then we'll do the biogas plant on there for 80 grand. I was going to put it up here near the house, but I think it's too hilly. So that's my plan. I was also thinking about maybe putting the pepper greenhouse today, but I don't know. Biogas plant might be enough, actually. I'll take some silage up there that we've got in storage here, and then the silage will carry on producing there, up at the fermenter, and then... What was my other thing I was going to do? Oh, I was going to cut some sugar beet, and take some sugar beet cut up, probably half of what I've got maybe, and we'll put that into the biogas plant. And we'll kind of chuck away. So first job, I'm going to go and grab the weeder. I'm going to get a worker going on the weeder, and then I'll transfer the worker. Will then go from the weeding to the fertilising, and we'll kind of bounce from there. I'm going to go up and we'll sort of get the biogas plant put in. Hopefully it's not going to cost me too much over and above. The land is quite sloping. I wouldn't say necessarily hilly. It's not definitely not mountainous, but it's yeah, it's going to require some careful placement, I think. We'll have a look. We'll see how we go on. So we'll take this, our own weeder, our own weeding. Let's get cracking. That will get sent off. I haven't got a full load of wood pellets today. That'll probably be into May 2. We'll have another full load. I think because I've got the bigger trailer now, whereas daily, because I've got my months split and I'm doing 3-day months, I was getting about a full trailer load per day. Problem is now I bought the bigger trailer, I'm not getting a full load per day, so it's kind of every other day I'm taking it, which is fine. Like I said before, it's all money in the bank. Where's field 11? That's field 8. The next one. Cut across in front of the fire station. That's field 8. I'm sure field 11 is the next one over. Quick check down the bottom. There we go. It's all good. Yeah, there's been a bit of a gap actually between these. I've been doing a bit of the old construction simulator. I kind of got a bit hooked on that, and there was a couple of jobs I wanted to get done. And I was really struggling with deciding what to do, you know, on here, or what order to do it in, and how to go about it, you know. If I can keep her between the rows, get those tyres between the rows, cool, we should be alright. Let's drop that down. We should see those weeds disappearing. There we go, lovely job. I'm sure the crops will be absolutely fine. Yeah, so I've been looking at all the various different options, you know, and I thought, okay, well, I can do this, well, I can do that. But then a lot of the options I'm looking at, again, hard mode, look at the prices thinking, if I'm going to place that, I've got to buy the land. So add the land on top of the price. And, you know, we have made good money doing the wood pellets and stuff like that. We really have. And we are making better money than I thought we were going to. But it's at a point like this when you start thinking, oh, we're up over 200,000. Then buying a plot of land and buying a production chain costs you 150, and bang, you're back to square one again. So the contracts haven't been as prolific. We had a bit of you know, April, bang, we got a load, and we did really well because that fertilising job on this field was 36 grand. And then we did all of those baling contracts, and they paid out really well, which was fantastic. And that was what allowed us to do the hop garden and stuff like that. So what we're looking at is the diversification of farming, really. I've got to look at the things I can do on top of the farming, like now with the weeding, and I'll be doing the fertilising contracts. Whilst these aren't my fields, they're someone else's, we are still doing the farming on them, but then diversifying with what other things can we do that are going to earn us the money to be able to move forward. You know, I know I've said it a few times on the various different episodes, and I'm sure probably people are probably getting tired of it, but it's yeah, it's a very different way of playing the game, you know. I mean, I've always been very much, you know, crack away and get yourself a few fields, find that one thing that makes you a load of money. I don't normally play on hard economy, so normally normal economy, the money's a bit better anyway. And yeah, I'll do contract work, of course I will, but generally speaking, you get to a point fairly early on where you're making a nice bit of money. You can start buying bigger machinery, you can start buying, you know, all sorts of really cool stuff, and fairly quickly you kind of build up. And this was always my concern with doing a hard economy let's play with all the bells and whistles. I know I haven't got precision farming on, but everything else, the weeds and stones, I thought I would get more stone contracts, I thought I would get more weeding contracts, and I haven't had as many as I thought I was going to get. Still haven't got to use my herbicide. That tank's full, as in my fertiliser tank. They're both at 100,000 litres. Haven't got to use the herbicide at all. But there's also that for all the people, and again, this is what I said, I think, when I first started off doing this, was for all the people that wanted to see me do something more normal, more standard, more struggly, and more, you know, start from scratch, hard mode, really make you work for it. There are probably the same amount of people, if not more, who want to see more progress between episodes or in episodes, that kind of thing, you know. When I've lost track of how many episodes in we are now. Got to be on 20, 22, no, 21, 22. It's got to be something like that, hasn't it? Some of my Let's Plays I've only gone to 40 episodes, some I've only gone to 25, 30, and we've barely scratched the surface. And now, much as that doesn't bother me in the slightest, I'm more than happy, because much as I'm finding it a struggle at times, and it's not as quick progress as I thought it was going to be, that is part of the challenge, and that's good. It's good that there's a challenge. You don't want to get, as I've always said, that snowball. You know, you build up, and it gets to a point where it gets a momentum of its own, and then you think, okay, now I'm not struggling anymore. Now the money's just flowing in, and I can do pretty much whatever I want. I'm not at that point yet. I know every major purchase brings my finances down so low, I've got to chug away a lot to get back to where I was. So I'm just trying to look. It will say on the episode title, obviously, but obviously I haven't been on it for a little while, and it's my mind's blanked, and having not been well, and I'm honestly fried. And someone said to me, "You seem to be struggling to think." I was saying that to MrSealyp just the other day. My sinuses are so blocked, and I've been doing all various different things to clear it, and I'm sure people will put all different potions and remedies and suggestions of how to do it, but I have been doing all sorts of stuff. And yeah, we're on 22, aren't we? I've just been really to keep a thought process in my head, and I said to MrSealyp, I said the words were dropping out of my head. I've been trying to do stuff, and I've been trying to think of what to say, which normally just flows. I can just, and I'll stop and think, what was I going to say? Or what was I going to do? And I think there's another reason why there's been a big gap between the episodes on here, because 2 or 3 times I came on and I started moving things around, started having a look at things, skipped through to today, ready to start an episode, and then sat there and thought, I don't know what to do. You know, which is weird. I don't think I've ever had that problem of I don't know what to do. And it was like, not even I'm really struggling on hard mode. I just blanked. I just sat thinking, I don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Don't know what to say. How am I going to do the next episode? So I came off of it again. So yeah, it's been a bit of a weird one. So I thought, you know what, biogas plant. That one over there is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's a standard biogas plant, and I want one that does more. So I think getting the one we're going to get will have the methane as a product that we can then sell. A lot of the standard biogas plants, I did look, and I think I said this in the last episode, I did look at the ones from Pumps and Hoses, but they are so expensive. I mean, I can't afford them. They are really expensive. To get the processor and to get the bunker to put the stuff in, I'm looking at 400,000. I suppose I could go to the bank and get a loan. That was another option I kind of looked at. But anyway, what I'm going to do now is get the work going on the rest of the weeds. We'll whiz up to... I think I'll cut the sugar beet first. So I'll see you in a minute. We're back at the farm. I've got a few different options for cutting beet. We can use the bucket, but there is another trailer I haven't used. I don't think I've used yet. Beet Ninja, I think it is. We'll give that a go. There we go, 5,205. The watermelon has gone off the prey farms. We've been paid for that. It's not bad, 5 grand. Freight boxes. And that goes every couple of days. Something like that. Like I say, that covers worker fees. Fantastic. So, at the store, as I was just saying, $77 straight out. What we're going to do? Oh yeah, well, we'll have a look and see if there's anything to buy. Oh, a wheeled stag. Look at that. Nope, can't afford it. Mixer. We haven't got any cows or anything yet, so there wouldn't be a lot of point for that. Not at the moment, anyway. Nope, nothing we need. But under. No, it's under trailers, which is under beet technology. Might be under beet technology. What's the betting? I haven't got it in here. Haha, that would be about right. Or is it under trailers? Because it could be a standard trailer. I can't remember. There we go, the Beet Ninja. We'll take regular crop types, but I'm pretty sure when you come to unload it, you can unload it and it puts it through the chopper at the back, which chops the beet. I'm sure that's right. There's no options there to change anything, is it? Or should I do the biogas plant first? If we do the biogas plant first, because I can't remember if the biogas plant does silage, sugar beet cut, or just sugar beet cut. And manure. Manure we can buy from the livestock market if we want to. We could do that. We've done that before. We're still going to need to lease it. 2,600. Okay. And yeah, I'm saying that we need to lease it. If I now find that, actually I can do a bit of both, couldn't I? Maybe we'll just sugar beet cut half of what we got. I can't remember how much we got actually. So how does this work? It's got a motor to the side. Let's just double check that. Doesn't hurt to be certain. Help window. Tip side back. Tip side cutter. There we go. So I want it on tip side cutter. So then as we move through this year, and then we get to the point, hopefully we get a load of harvesting contracts like we did last time, I'll pick up the sugar beet ones, I'll pick up the potato ones, like I did before. We did pretty well on a load of those. So if we can do that again, the stuff that I'm using we can replace. I mean, that's kind of the cycle, that's how it works. You kind of go from year to year. So, the other thing I need to do is whiz up and check on my field. Whilst it's not showing that we've got weeds in the field, I'm not 100% certain our field of oats. So I think if we whiz up and have a look, let's double check this, see what we've got in here. Could have just lit to the normal thing, couldn't I? But potatoes 43,000, sugar beet 60,000 litres. So yeah, if we half that, do 30,000 litres cut, or actually maybe do 2/3. If I leave 1/3 sugar beet, 2/3 sugar beet cut, what was I going to use the other third for? Where was I going to put that in? There was something else I was going to use sugar beet cut for. Oh, I was going to use the baler, wasn't I? I was going to use that fancy pants baler that I can bale sugar beet with to get more silage. That was the other option. But I'm just thinking, have I got enough grass and stuff, and I've got enough silage on hand that I probably don't need to do that. I could better use that elsewhere. Right, I'm going to go and grab the Willys Jeep. We're going to whiz up, check on the field, whiz over to the farm, put the biogas plant in, and then we'll have a look at what it's going to take. We should cut the sugar beet, take that up. The silage is still being produced up there. So rather than bring that down now, any silage from up there can go straight into the biogas plant. I think it'll work. Yeah, it's So let's have a look and see if we've got any weeds. The map's not showing there are any, which has really got me puzzled. Our oats seem to be growing really well, but I don't seem to have. And this is on the edge. I'm trying to look in amongst the weeds, but I can't. Amongst the oats, but I can't see anything. I know there's all the wizardry of, you know, normally when you plough, and I ploughed the field out, that can cause more. It says it needs lime. Bottom right, it's not saying anything. Yield bonus, plus 83. Oh, is that because of the lime? Yeah, I'm not 100%, am I, from a yield bonus because I didn't lime it. Fully fertilised, growing, doesn't say anything about weeds at all. Maybe they'll pop up later on to surprise me. That'd be nice, won't it? Let's turn that back off. And what we'll do, we'll head through. I still need to come up here, cut the rest of the trees down and plough that other side. I haven't got around to that, I know. So I'll do that off camera. That's another one that will get done. Let's cut through the trees. No. My cones didn't stay there. They reset back to... What's the point of that? What's the point of having cones you can move if when you come back on the game they've reset? Oh, that's just nonsense. It was suggested. What was that thing I could do? Oh, fence sections. I could have done it using fence sections. The problem with fencing is it's kind of in the way then when you need to do your ploughing. I suppose there are some where you just get a fence post. I could have put fence posts in. That would have been another option. Am I even going the right way? Oh, it's a lot further than I need to go. I thought it was right by it, but I'm not, am I? Let's cut our way through. Hang on a minute. I'm going right across the top, aren't I? This is where I need to go. There we go. There's the farm. Where am I heading off in completely the wrong direction? Well, don't end up in the pond. Not a good idea. So yeah, where I cut the grass here, I'm thinking up in this corner it's relatively flat compared to everywhere else. Up here, I suppose. Yeah, let's do it. So there we go. 80 grand. So it's the BGA methane pack, and then 20 grand for the corner plot of land. We might do a little bit of landscaping and stuff around it, I'm not too sure at the moment. It does extend a little bit over here. All-purpose trail brings you right next to the biogas plant. How lovely. But we're right out of the way. From the town, you can't see it. The trees and stuff are in the way. It's up over the crest of the hill. Even from the farmhouse, you can't see it because the trees are all in the way there. So I guess the next thing is, let's go over to here. So silage, slurry, manure, sugar beet cut. Yeah, so we do need sugar beet cut. Silage I've got. Slurry, manure we can buy if we want to buy some and put them in. Silage will give us pretty good return on for methane. We'll get digestate as a byproduct, which will give us other things we can do with it. And it's another step forward. Yes, there's the one in town, but like I say, we don't get the methane. And I just think that just gives us another option, another revenue stream. And I think I'd be mad not to do that. So I'm going to grab the Jeep, head down in town, cut the sugar beet. What I will then do as well, because I've used a little bit of the land up here, but then I do now own that little bit. I did cut this in the end of the last episode. I need to cut the rest of this field now that hasn't been cut, get that all into that fermenting silo so that can keep fermenting, and then what I'll do is every day, every couple of days, the silage from that silo I'm going to put into the biogas plant here, and we can chuck away from there. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'll do half the sugar beet, so we'll do about 30,000 litres. We'll get that over here, and I never bought a tanker in the end, did I? There was a couple I was looking at. None popped up second hand. One that was fairly cheap. What was it? Oh, I remember now. It wasn't a tanker at all. It was those bags, you know, the inflatable bags. One that was for liquids and one that was for solids. I thought about sticking one of those on the trailer and filling one of those up. Kind of made sense to me. So, let's get the sugar beet chopped. Once the weeding's finished, I'll get the worker over to fertilise the next field. That'll get us another bit of money back again. And then as we go into May 2, we should have a full trailer of wood pellets. So that should bring us in another 30 odd grand. So, you know, next steps and all that. So I'm glad we haven't got weeds growing that field. I'm sure they're going to come at some point. Or there was something I did in the preparation of that field that's prevented them. I don't know. I'm not a weed expert. I haven't really done a lot of work with weeds you'll be aware of. That's why I decided to do it in here, on here. As I said before, I probably shouldn't have got rid of that small trailer. So I'm just thinking now, having this with a small trailer on the back, and then getting one of those big bags. Yeah, the big bag there. One of those. Where's that? When did I lease one of those? Oh, I know what I did. Sometimes, off camera, I do testing. Which you have to do. Sometimes I think, oh, I could do this, or I could do that, and then think, oh, actually, I don't know if I can. Is it even a thing, you know? I think I grabbed one, and then didn't... Oh, have I been charged for the lease on that? Ever since? Probably. Let's get that out of the way. That was a genius move. And then obviously, once we've got a few more hops and stuff here, we'll be able to sell some of that as well. So we'll have some more gear to sell. Right, so what we'll do... We can chop it right back into here. Let's start that up. Go to our sugar beet. I can't remember what this holds actually. This trailer might not even hold 30,000 litres. Or if it does, it's going to be pretty much bang on 30,000 litres, isn't it? I should have looked, shouldn't I? 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29,500. Doesn't get better than that, does it? I am going to double check that though to make sure I have got it on tip side cutter, yes. So, do I just start overloading? There we go. So that now cuts my sugar beet into sugar beet cut, tip it back into the silo. Once that's done, I'll then fill it back up again with sugar beet cut. We'll go up to the biogas plant, put that in, I might come back and get a load of silage. I'll use this trailer. I think this trailer, if you don't have it on tip side cut, you can have it on normal. I'll stick another 30,000 litres of silage in here. Actually, I could use some of the bales there. I've got enough knocking about. We've only done first cut of silaging, like bale work. We might get some more bale work later in the year. If we do, I'll do some more bale work and we'll get some more silage bales and hay bales if we need. Why not? I'm thinking, yeah, so I might, in the next episode then, if I use all this now, I'll use the other half and I'll do silage bales with it. Sugar beet cut. We lost a litre somewhere. Where did that go? I love it when a plan comes together. Get that on, beacon's on. Let's get up there. Be a proper old beet ninja, right? Tip side cutter, tip side back. Don't need to recut it again, we just need to tip it when we get up there. And then when I come back, if I can put a load of silage in here, I will. I don't think I've got much silage produced because the silage I had up there, I brought down the last episode, didn't I, and put it into my composter. The Fuel Refinery, when I was looking at that as well, one of the byproducts of a lot of the Fuel Refinery stuff by Zodelzocht, I know I'm using a load of Zodelzocht stuff, I like it. I know a lot of people aren't big fans because you have to use a lot of it for it all to work. Sort of one leads into another, and you have to kind of use them all to link up. But I like that as an idea, I think it's great. I think it would possibly be better if it worked in conjunction with a lot more mods available, but it's not a problem. And I think they work really well. The speeds are all right, you know, the productions they do work, and they're good, you know. But yeah, the refinery, a lot of things you can put in there to be refined into diesel. You've also got a byproduct of pig food. You've got compost is another one of the byproducts that the Fuel Refinery does. So it's one of those things, when I said about it, however many episodes it was ago, I thought about doing the Fuel Refinery. It was just for diesel. It hadn't even dawned on me at the time about the pig food and the compost, because I wasn't really thinking about compost at that point until we got the hops garden, which required the compost, and all of a sudden I thought, oh, compost is a bit more relevant now. Rather than just having it as a byproduct you can sell, I can now use it in the production of something else. So, you know, all has a knock-on. And I think I'm finding more and more with the Zodelzocht stuff that you get mods pop up and you have all these lists of things that it says it will take, and you run down the list thinking, we don't have half that stuff. But as more and more of the Zodelzocht mods are coming out, more and more of that stuff we're getting. This track almost works out perfectly, doesn't it? We'll put a little bit of a detour on the end of it. We'll do a bit of a tidy up. Now the question is, can I just tip, or am I going to need a conveyor? Should be able to just tip at the front, but we'll see if the trigger comes up. If it doesn't, we'll grab a conveyor belt. Or a ramp. A ramp might be a better idea, mightn't it? I think we're going to need a ramp, aren't we? It's not going to give the option to just tip like that. Okay, so possibly a ramp. Do I have one that I can produce? Do I have the shuttering and the concrete? We're back to Construction Simulator. I don't want to pour any more concrete. Not for a while. 1,500. Nice quick concrete pour and set. God, I hope this works now. I can always take it back out again, I suppose. Now, this should be posted Wednesday. It's Wednesday, yeah. Thursday, I may not be posting a video. I did post videos Saturday and Sunday this week. I haven't had a day off for a while, actually. A couple of weeks. But tomorrow I've got to do some important bits and bobs with MrSealyp regarding the mother-in-law's house and the sale and that kind of stuff. So I may be indisposed. I may get a video up. I may get a mod review if there's mods. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, fingers crossed. There we go. Let's get that in. That almost fills it anyway, which is pretty good. So, sugar beet cut. Let's get that switched on. So we'll get our electricity, we'll get paid for 35 per cycle it runs, and 200 of digestate. So we'll have both of those running, methane and digestate. Biogas and ramp, very handy. Nice, happy with that. Now I'm going to go down and get some silage. Actually, what I can do while I'm there is... I've got to find that bag. Where did I put it? What else was I going to look at? Oh yeah, it was up the top. We're getting to that point again with the menus, aren't we? Grass silage. Yeah, 4,000 litres. I've got a little bit there. I need to, like I say, we're down to 76,000 litres in that silo. I think I filled that originally. So I'll cut some more grass. I'll get that picked up. The other thing I was looking for, when I said I couldn't find it, and my mind was like, where is it? I was saying in the last episode. Did I put it up on the... I can't remember if I put it up on the screen or not. I was looking under forage harvesters. The thing I was looking for was under belt systems. And it's there, the forage pickup. I've used it once before, but that... It's expensive. But to be honest with you, for the price of leasing that with my 52,000 litre trailer, if I tried to lease a 52,000 litre forage wagon, that would cost me way more. What we're looking at, 46.6, 49.5, 50, yeah, 132 grand. So in all honesty, yes, there's the Ribery. I could use that again. I've said before, that works really well. I might just lease that. But I've got all those mowers and I've got the windrower. So for the price, I'm better off using my trailer and leasing for that kind of value. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have a think about that as well. If I do, that might be in a separate kind of, you'll sort of see a bit of a montage, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Right, so that's the biogas plant in, sugar beet cut done, ramp put in. Go and get some silage. Watermelon's gone off to be sold. Weeding's being done. When the weeding's done, we'll get a fertilizing job done. I think we're looking all right. I think I'll leave the greenhouse. I'll do the greenhouse in the next episode, I think. What I might do actually is, once I get the silage up there, we'll get the silage in and going. I need to find that bag, that liquid bag. I now remember what I used it for now. What I was testing. When I leased that small... Go on. You can go. When I leased that small tank that I was moving the slurry with to put into my shed chemistry, I suddenly thought, I wonder if the bag would work, whether or not you can lift it up, whether you can attach it, and whether or not I can buy slurry from the livestock market using one of those liquid bags, one of those slurry bags. And you can. I just didn't put the slurry bag back. But that being said, I don't know where I put it, so I need to find it. It's got to be around somewhere. So yeah, I could bring a load of slurry up. I might do that. It wasn't too expensive. Right then, a little bit of light landscaping work. So the track now, rather than leading up and sort of going to nowhere, swings around to the biogas plant. We've got a little bit of turning space here, so we can back up to the ramp, and we've got a bit in here, a little bit of grass just to tidy up, sort of, and make those straight edges not so straight. It's just a personal thing. You don't have to be like. It's hard up to you. If we're going to have a biogas plant, it might as well be nice. Might as well be a pretty biogas plant. I suppose I could put a couple of trees around the front there, couldn't I? We could maybe do that. So, that's silage in. We're not far off complete on the cycles per month aren't that fast. But then that being said, we've got 7 litres of methane already, 42 litres of digestate. Now I've got a second product in which produces more methane. and more digestate. That should speed up. And like I say, I think I'll... Should I go and buy a load of each slurry and manure? I can do. Just go to the livestock market and grab a load. I might do it off camera. I'll get a load of each of those and we'll put those in as well. And then every couple of days, I can put slurry manure in, but obviously the silage and the sugar beet cut I'm going to run out of fairly quickly. But the other two I could put in and they could chug away, couldn't they? Yeah, we'll do that. Right. Why not? So, biogas plant. Done. Do I want to put... I'm just thinking about trees. Do I want to add some decorative objectry around here? Let's have a look. What's I going to do? This first. And just double check points. So we need to take it out from there. So I don't want to put anything right in the way here, but we can put something across the front. What have we got available? Let's have a look. Trees. Just looking at what we got around us, really. We do young American elms, couldn't we? How big's that? Oh, too many trees. It won't let me. Even though we've cut down all those trees, it still won't let me put any trees in. Oh. Okay. Why are we doing that then? Right, weeding should be done in a minute. And I'll get that onto fertilizing and then... Oh yeah, I'm going to go on a hunt for that liquid bag. Did anything else come up? No, we were just on the sale thing, weren't we? Still the same stuff. Yeah. Well, what about contracts? Have we need new contracts pop up? You never know, it's always worth a look. Just the one we're on, 85% complete, those two, and then the baling. I'm still looking at that thinking, oh, you know, I could do that. I know I keep saying it, I can't help myself. I get so wrapped up. Sorry. Weeding is complete. I'm going to head back, switch over. Wow, this is filthy. Grab the fertilizer spreader. The money has gone down again a little bit. I did buy that little trailer back, one I had originally. Hopefully all the stuff I've been using recently, I'm just trying to think, should all be in the description and details. Not links, but details should be in the description. So if you're wondering about any of the mods I'm using, it should all be in there. I tried to update it. If I use something new in an episode, there may be the odd things I've forgotten. But the new trailer is just over there. And then, like I say, what I'll do at the end of the episode, I'll whiz out up towards the biogas plant and I'll cut the rest of that grass and we'll get that into the fermenter and that can be chugging. I used the Beet Ninja to do the rest of the sugar beet. I don't need sugar beet. I was just thinking I'll keep hold of sugar beet. That was only if the biogas plant took regular sugar beet, but it's sugar beet cut. And if I do decide I'm going to either take it up there or I am going to make those bales using that super duper baler, the multi baler. I needed cutting anyway. I suddenly thought, oh, I'll send the Beet Ninja back, and then thought I'd better cut the rest of it just so it's done. So that's where we're at. We drop that down, disconnect it. We'll give that a bit of a whoosh in a minute with the old jet whoosh, and then what I was making sure I was doing, I don't know if I did top this up or not, was topping up the fertilizer spreader every time I came back. No, I didn't top it up. And then filling up and then setting off the shed chemistry each time. This is field 12, isn't it? No, that's field 12. What field's that? Maybe I'm right. Am I losing? Probably I'm losing my mind. Oh no, field 2, nearly. So it's that one. I think I'm in. I was already crossing anyway, so I was lucky it wasn't really. The fertiliser is, like I said before, I'm using digestate and silage to produce the fertiliser, but the fertiliser is going such a long way. such a long way. That contract on Field 8, I didn't even use the full tank on here, and I earned 36 grand. I have not spent 36 grand on silage and not silage, slurry manure for the little fertilizer production building. So it's well been worth it. It's been well worth it. It's well been worth it, man. It's been well worth it. So get the work going on this one, and then I'll get up and get on with the mowing. Again, another episode. Very happy with our movement forward and what we've purchased. Next episode, we'll see how we do money wise. We're going to have to think about going to Mr. Webb's, because I was going to get a new tractor, but we'll have to make a bit more money back again, I think. I have got the pricing. We've had a conversation. I had a conversation with Hawkeye Farms, and not bad prices. I'm not going to say, you know, but yeah, we should do all right actually. Thank you, Rob. But yeah, I'll get this going, and then we'll get up and we'll get the mowing done, and all good. Then we can move into May 2. Let's have some more wood pellets to sell, and then what was I going to do May 2? Oh yeah, pepper greenhouse probably. We'll get that up and running. Hopefully we'll get some more contracts pop up. If we do, fantastic. Bang on that just right, which it wasn't. Contract on Field 12 is 61% complete. That's not hanging about. So what I'm going to do now, grab the mowers, get around the rest of that field, get that done. I'll then windrow, and then, like I say, possibly at the start of the next episode we'll have a little montage or a short clip of however I decide to pick it up, whether I get a loading wagon or whether I use that front pickup. I might use the front pickup. And then so I need to mow this, windrow it, and then I'll collect it. Hopefully May 2 we'll have enough hot pellets. We can maybe sell some hot pellets, and we might have enough stuff for the biogas plant produced. It seems to be chugging away all right, so maybe into May 2 we'll have something. Oh, put it to the side, didn't I? Yeah, we might have some more stuff that we can sell. With these two contracts, the fertilizing contracts I'm doing now, that should bring us back over 10 grand, 100,000. Just so we've got a little bit of a buffer. It's always nice to have a little bit, of a buffer in your finances. I don't have to cut the whole lot again. Actually, I might do. I know this isn't fully grown, but was that a bit of a waste? It's only one growth off. I'd rather just do the middle section. Then when that regrows, yeah, I think I will do. Otherwise, I'm wasting potential. So I think we'll do that. Get through the gate and open the rear ones up. Pop out and close the gates. Actually, didn't need to because I'm not going right up next to them. Oh, sorry. So, switch the front mower. Rear mower. And I shall crack on. I'm not disappointed, I'm frustrated about not being able to put another tree down. I'm not quite sure how many trees I'd need to cut down. I've done quite a few. Across. There we go. Yeah, it won't let me cut that bit anyway, the bit I cut the other day, but that outer bit might do, because it is a little bit longer. But I'll leave it possibly to May 2, that might be available to cut again. If it is, I might cut that. And again, I'm thinking, if we have a decent payday on something, possibly the next big chunk of wood pellets we sell, I might stick one of the Langstroth hives up on that hill. I know I put the smaller ones in there a while back. I thought we'd get more honey than we have had, in all honesty. I still haven't got a full pallet, and that's been going for ages. So I think if we stick one of the 33 hives, we've only got 4 hives on there. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not going to be a huge amount. I think if I stick one of the Langstroth 33 hive ones in there for 20 grand, then maybe we'll get a bit more honey production as well. Yeah, that is cutting that a bit, but we'll try and avoid it if we can. So, ticks in the boxes of things I wanted to get done this episode. Absolutely. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you're still enjoying it. If you are, and if you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.